Hello, this is Naughty Aguilar at Functional Patterns, and for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a kettlebell exercise in which we'll be hitting every plane of motion in one shot. In this exercise, we're going to be combining a lunge to a side lunge to a reverse lunge, and we're going to be doing them all through a pendulum swing. To begin the exercise, what we'll actually want to do is put the kettlebell to one side to start, and I'm going to show you guys what the rhythmic sequence of this movement is going to be in terms of how we're going to orient our footwork. So to start, what I'm going to be doing is taking a step forward to go into my lunge. I'm going to be dropping forward, and then I'm going to, from this position, as I'm at the bottom phase of my lunge, I'm going to step out to the side like so. I'm going to drop into my side lunge, and then from there, I'm going to step back to the center, then drop into my reverse lunge. Once I get to this position, I'm going to alternate legs. I step forward, hinge off my lead leg, go to the side, drop backwards, then a reset. What I want you guys to notice, this is going to be absolutely imperative for this specific video, is that notice where I'm orienting most of my attention to, where I'm driving most of my power from. It's not going to be from the foot that has where I have the ball of my foot down. It's going to be wherever I have my calcaneus to the floor. I'm going to be driving most of my pressure through here, and that's what's going to get me to each one of the movements. That's going to enable me to actually engage my posterior chain rather than making myself dominant on the quads. What's going to be great about these exercises is that they're going to teach you how to build efficiency through using the posterior chain rather than utilizing some kind of compensations that typically tend to happen. So in order for us to get that, what I need you guys to think about cueing in your head is that we stay on the lead foot, on the foot that's most connected to the earth. So going back to that, I'm going to be starting it all over again. I'm going to step, I'm on my lead foot, I come out to the side. On this foot out here, the one that's most connected, I drive pressure from there. I come here, now I'm back. I have to switch. That foot's not the one that's going to have all the pressure on it. Now it's going to go directly to the lead leg here, and that's what's going to pull me forward. So always think that the foot that's down, that's most connected, is the one driving most of the pressure as you go through the movement. Once we get that down, that's when we'll grab a kettlebell. If you are not used to doing any kind of pendulum swing maneuvers, it is not recommendable that you go to something this is about 8 kilograms. I would start with something extremely light to get you started. Find the rhythmic sequence of the movement first before you start packing on the way through this. It's very difficult to maintain your center of gravity if you start going with something too heavy, and it's likely that you'll start compensating with like your quadratus lumborum, some of your rectus spinae muscle groups, and that will definitely not be advantageous later on down the road if your goal is to have effective biomechanics working with your body. So what we're going to be doing is going into that same rhythmic sequence. I'm going to begin to develop that pendulum swing, keeping my scapula back, again focusing on that neutral spine. I'm always mentioning to you guys, make sure that you kind of get that rhythmic sequence. If you need to, just to get it oriented into your body. Once you get that rhythmic sequence down, what you're then going to do is come down and then get this sucker started. So I'm going side lunge, reverse lunge. Make sure that when you start it, always just think, I'm going to start with my left hand here, and I'm going to step with my right foot. That's what's going to set up the rhythm, because if I end up switching it around, the flow won't work so well. So just think, it's my left arm, and I'm going here, so my right foot's going to step forward. Boom, I go here, bring the foot out to the side. And you'll see that from there, the flow is immediate. As I go back and forth, I can exchange my hands, and I get to go through it very smoothly. Very challenging on that posterior chain. Very challenging on the core. Great for hand-eye coordination. Also adjusting your squats. A lot of squat maneuvers going on here on one leg. You'll see that I'm having to change directions and learn to work efficiently as I'm making these adaptations through my body. I'm going through the movement. Very challenging on the nervous system. I do hope that you guys enjoyed that. Be sure to regress yourself intelligently. Be sure that you understand posture. If most of what I said through this video sounds very foreign to you, I always recommend people to check out my Human Foundations video program, my Power of Posture book, and my entire Training for Humans workout system to get more acquainted with these types of exercises. It's very, very easy to get caught up in the terminology that I use, but in these videos I try and really focus on you guys understanding what's going on with your body, how your muscles work, because if you don't understand that, really you're never going to get at the root of what's building dysfunction through your body, and later on down the road, that lack of thought could lead to unsustainable and undesirable results that could really cause some problems in your life. So be sure to check out those products if you are not familiar with this. But you can also go through my YouTube, and I got a bunch of free videos that'll get you more acquainted with this. So if it sounds like this is a little bit over your head, it's strong. I really do suggest that you go back and investigate further as to what we do here at Functional Patterns. If you did like this video, please click like on it. Please share it to your friends if you found it to be valuable to you. Any help on your part is welcome on my part. I do work hard to get this stuff up, and anything you guys can do to get the word out for me, I'm really grateful for those types of efforts. And you can also check out my website at functionalpatterns.com. I have a bunch of information on there through my blog, in which I do give out a lot of free information as well. Until next time, this is Naudi Aguilar, reminding you to train and move intentionally and not habitually. Take care.